Hey folks, it's me, Michael Bach, your diversity dude, and this is Monday Morning Musings. Hey there folks, happy Monday. Yeah, it is Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to this channel, remember to subscribe by clicking on the link to find out every time I post a new video, which is honestly every Monday, but sometimes on a Tuesday. You don't know. So subscribe and we'll let you know. I wanted to talk about a couple issues that have happened recently that have left me feeling kind of meh. Interestingly, one on each coast of the East and West, not thankfully in the North. Of course, I'm talking about the battle royale that has been going on in Atlantic Canada and Nova Scotia related to fishing rights, specifically around lobster trapping, and how white fishermen, they're probably all men, fisher people of lobster trappers, have been attacking, assaulting indigenous lobster trappers. And it came to a bit of a head this weekend where a lobster pound was burnt to the ground, and the alleged perpetrator / rocket scientist is now in hospital with life-threatening injuries because apparently he doesn't understand when you light a fire you have to actually leave the building. Anyway, he's probably going to be the poet laureate. And then, of course, on the West Coast, we've got Premier Horrigan last week in a debate saying that he doesn't see color. So, what's happening here? I guess, none of this surprises me. Let's be very clear. I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed that we as a country we so don't get this whole racism thing. I'm disappointed in Premier Horrigan, a straight, white, able-bodied man who clearly does not understand systemic racism. And of course, he tried to pull back and everything, but that was just politicking. The card was already shown. He doesn't get it. In British Columbia, where in, say, the greater Vancouver area, 63% of the population are not white. And there's a high percentage of indigenous people, and. And then I'm disappointed in the lobster trappers in Nova Scotia who thought that violence was the answer, even though indigenous fishing rights are ingrained in law. And I'm disappointed in the RCMP, who stood by and watched as the Mi'kmaq were assaulted. But, the RCMP just continues to be a disappointment for me, and I do not see concrete action happening. And I'm disappointed in the federal government and the provincial government, but mostly the federal government, because they're going to have a debate about it tonight. That's what we need. We need a debate. We don't need a freaking debate. Indigenous fishing rights are entrenched in law. This isn't new. It just was rolled out badly. And maybe they need to tighten the law, but then they need to enforce the law. We have such a long road ahead of us related to racism, and the problem I'm having is I don't see anybody taking a step. We don't need another debate or research paper. We need action. We need concrete steps. We all have a role to play in becoming an anti-racist society. Every single one of us. And I recognize that no one watching this video is going to be one of the people agreeing with the racist fisher people. That doesn't sound right, fisher people. I get that I'm preaching to the choir, but we all have to take a step. We all have to work actively to be anti-racist, because it's not going to happen on its own. And it's not going to happen if we don't actually take the first step. So, my suggestion, first step, read a book. Have a conversation. Learn. Do something. I don't know what the step is. I need to see action. That's it for me. What a great way to start a Monday. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you giving me a little time. Remember, subscribe, like the video, like it. It's kind of fun, right? Like it, share it on your social media platforms, and remember to connect with me on social media. I am at DiversityDudeMB. Also, if you haven't already, check out my best-selling book. Best-selling is the new part of that. Birds of All Feathers, Doing Diversity and Inclusion Right, available now wherever you buy books, as long as they sell my book. If not, go to michaelbach.com and click on the books, and you can find out places where you can buy it. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you next week for another episode of Monday Morning Musings.